You're not broken. You're not worthless. And even if right now you're in this place of confusion, this loss of self and direction, even throughout all that, within you is the answer, is the source of your true connection to a deeper meaning for your life. And it can get extremely difficult when we wake up some days and the voice in our heads is quite loud. The pain in our body, and I mean a spiritual pain. I don't mean a literal pain from an injury, from a sport, or you slipped and fell on your deck. I'm speaking about that pain that you feel deep within your body, deep within your psyche, that says, I'm not feeling okay right now. I am both in this place of wanting to pursue change in my life, but at the same time, I can't get myself to move towards it. It feels hopeless, and it feels like I'm just going to be wasting time. And I know those feelings. Believe me, I understand those feelings very well. And this is a channel about sharing and being open, so I'm going to share something. For a lot of my life, I've always pursued something bigger. Sometimes it's taken the shape of money, taken the shape of status because of old pains from childhood that shaped themselves within me into little mini personality complexes that now every once in a while they breach through into my ego and just make me think and do and say things that I otherwise would not say, think, or do. And that's been a challenge all my life, to seek something deeper and to also find the fine line between avoiding the pain of today by creating a fantasy of the future and always keeping yourself in balance with that, not swinging too far one way or the other. And if things are feeling all too much, you're feeling a deep sense that you don't want to do anything anymore, I want to first put this out there that you are not alone. You are not alone. It may feel that way. And, to some degree, there is a part of that journey that is lonely and no one will truly ever understand. And that is okay. It's hard to accept, but it is nevertheless part of the evolution of your journey. Because if you think back, every single time you go through a period of loss of self, confusion about what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be, and maybe that lasts for a couple months, couple of years, but then at some point you find home again. And when you find home, you feel slightly elevated. And by elevated, I mean a deeper appreciation, a deeper sense of self, a connection to yourself. And this is just another step in that path. And of course, when you're in the midst of it, you hate it. You despise it. You want it to be done. You want to give in to that darkness. If that's calling you to do that, There's something really important before. I say before because it's very easy to jump into that. Before you do, remember who you were before you went in, before you plunge into your shadow, and investigate. And get to know yourself in that way. Because in order to find this divine power that calls you forward into the future, sometimes you have to dive into the darkness. Sometimes you have to dive in to your shadow and the neglected self of you, the parts of you you reject, and the parts of you that you wish never were even there. The answer is within that space. And once you find it, you will feel reinvigorated again. You will feel inspired again to move forward. And when you start moving forward, remember who you were before. So you don't get caught up in inflation, in ego inflation. Because as time goes by, you might start to gain some success, some friends. And we want to make sure we don't take it for granted. That we remember who we were before we got to this place. Show gratitude and to reflect. Always keeping that sense of awareness alive. I think that's all I want to say today. To be honest, and this, if you're still watching this, you're probably the person that watches my videos regularly and is subscribed to my channel. Maybe not, and if you're not, I'm happy and thankful that you're watching all the way through. For me, I'm trying to find the correct message for these videos. Trying to find the right way to phrase everything. Are people, trying to find who it is that I'm trying to help specifically? I like to talk about helping people through identity loss, whether that be divorce, a sporting career that didn't end up the way you wished, you achieving success in business but yet feel completely hollow and aimless now. Those are the people I typically aim to target. But at the same time, sometimes, I'm not sure. I also want to help people who need a community to share on their journey. And I want to be that as well. I want to be an individual that you can share the dark elements of your life to. The shadows of yourself in a place that doesn't judge you. And that also you can then find within that your divine inspiration. But the challenge for me oftentimes is the algorithm, trying to find the right thing to say so that I can be pushed out to more of you, to the people that want to be a part of my community in a deeper way. And so I want you to also understand that I'm not wanting to present this image of perfection and integration that I have it all figured out, and I don't. I'm learning along the way with you. I go through identity loss just like you. The only difference is I've been through it multiple times and have found processes to help me navigate through it. But I deeply understand it. I deeply resonate with it. And to be honest, this is turning into a bit of a rant, but just something I felt like I needed to share and trying to find home in terms of how to message these videos and how to pass them over to you and in the way that feels congruent to my soul, but also of good value to you. And so if you ever wonder and notice things maybe shifting and changing around, it's simply a reflection of my psyche, trying to find that center. Well, I appreciate you watching all the way through. And if you want to be a part of my community in a deeper way, you can click that button below and you can sign up to my newsletter. And in return, I'm also going to send you my 3-step identity rebuilding guide. It's something I built out during my time of identity loss and refined it over the years. It's a toolkit you can use to help you navigate through the process. And it's a self-paced version. It's very long. It's about 18 pages in length. I just want to make sure that you get as much value out of it as possible. Well, thank you very much. and I will see you on the next video.